Hey Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you a companion page that I made to go with the page that I designed for the Cocoa Daisy Designers Challenge. The Designers Challenge this month was to go large, and I did use a large photo, and you can see that on my blog. And in the process of putting some embossing paste on my layout, I got this that you see right there. It's the white paper with the cutout fish, so that's one of the digital die cuts that was exclusive. And then I used some purple mist to make my embossing paste purple, and I used that to apply fish onto the large picture on the layout called Beach Bum, which left me that template that I thought would be a really cool background for another layout. So the foundation of this layout is the template that I used to create the texture on another layout, and so I am getting more bang for my buck by not wasting. So this is the background, and I wanted the fish to have some color because they had been removed, so I just used the blue cardstock that came in the June kit and backed that behind this. So I went upstairs to my sewing machine, and you can see I just pointed it out where I sewed on the outside of that layout, and I have to tell you, I don't love it, and I'm tempted to actually pull it out. My sewing machine decided to get funky on me, and there's a huge mess on the back side of the layout. It looks okay from the front, but it's not working for me, so I may pull that out and possibly restitch it. With the June kit came that vellum transparency that you see there. That's from Pretty Little Studio, and I absolutely loved that and thought that it was showcased really nicely by creating sort of an underwater scene, as I've done here on the white background. This picture is just of the pool as we are standing waiting behind the lanes for our swimmers to come down during a summer swim meet, and summer swim season has just started, so this is perfect for that. I used the exclusive paper there, the yellow side, and cut out some sea coral to just complete the underwater look, and I wanted to use some washi on that layout for a little bit more color, but I really couldn't find a good place for it to fit. And so I want some more embellishments, and so I have in that little black tray up there the print and cuts from this month, as well as a few other things. That Oh Boy is I created using the Mink. It's another one of the exclusive cut files that I cut on the Mink paper and then just ran through with a coordinating blue foil. I can make a video on how I put that together if anybody's interested in that. I did take some pictures so I could do a little quick flip through on that. And I just wanted to find a few more embellishments. It's not very embellishment heavy because I thought really the scene is mostly created by the fish and then these coral pieces. And just to add a little bit of texture to that, you'll see in a minute that I'm going to pull out the Shimmers Textures paste and put a little bit of that on the top and the bottom of each of these three coral pieces, which kind of grounds it and gives the coral a home per se. The three coral pieces I put where they were because that creates a bit of a visual triangle that pulls your eye across from Oh Boy, from the title down through the picture over to that last piece right there that I am now adhering down. You'll see too that some of the fish are still, they weren't cut all the way through when I did the digital cut file, and they're even more permanently adhered because I intentionally put glue on them. Just again, you have the illusion of fish as you do underwater when you don't really always see them. The way that I put the double-sided adhesive here just allows me to make this tag a pocket for hidden journaling. I often get distracted by hidden journaling. By visual journaling on my layout, and I feel as while I've created a scene here, that hidden journaling allows me to keep the focus on the picture and on the scene and not so much the written story, but the visual story. I also, by creating that hidden pocket as well, that big center picture in the middle of the transparency gives me somewhere to adhere that transparency down to the page without having visual adhesive where I did put it down. I ran the title through my Xyron sticker maker, which makes easy work of putting titles down, especially when you have the mink and the foil there. And I put it down a little low, so you see the nice thing about the sticker maker is it's super easy to pull off and it doesn't leave too much sticker residue behind, so I can just slide it up some and have that little print and cut file banner where I wanted that to be. I liked that darker blue because it just ties a little bit of darkness like you have in that picture as the sun setting and grounds that a little bit. So you can see it's easy to stick adhesive there. People don't know, and it's pretty well stuck down, as well as when I go in and put those other two coral pieces, it helps adhere the top and the side of that vellum as well. Run them through the sticker maker, and don't forget to rub. I always forget to rub, and then I get adhesive that comes up with it. So that's the trick to that. Go ahead and stick that on the picture. I do like things overlapping the picture a little bit. It draws your eye in towards the picture, I think, especially when you use an arrow like I did there. Didn't rub enough. Got to get some of that adhesive off so that it doesn't stick to the page, and put that down there. So there's that visual triangle that I referred to earlier that's created by the coral. So you can see that little card, flip card there. I have all of my shimmers that I've put on just little rectangles of paper that I punched holes through and then put one of those clips in, and that allows me to just really match the color of what I want to work with versus the layout and make sure that they coordinate. The color that you see in the bottle isn't always how things dry, so it's nice to have those little samples of things as you're creating and not have to guess at the guessing game of matching. So I had these stamps that I really loved, and I really love this sea star, and I thought that it would make a perfect complement to my underwater theme that I've created here. So I just used the top of the stamp pad, and I've put the stamp on there and stamp a few of those in some navy blue for a fun effect. And then the tag needs some twine, so I will get some twine and thread that through there. This is from an old Cocoa Daisy kit. I can't remember what it is. I deconstruct my kits and I put them all in one big place, and so it's one that just coordinated with that. So that is my companion layout to the layout that I created for the Designers Challenge. If you are inclined to play along, we would love to have you play along for the Designers Challenge and just go big. Large title, large photo, however you would like to interpret, go big. So in a minute, we're going to have some close-ups that follow. If you don't subscribe to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe so that you can stay abreast of all the new videos that are coming out. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you're doing well. Take care.